always searching for something, and that something, of course, is St. Ricketts. But fire cannot burn. And it's, of course, www.saintricketts.com. It is the theme song for the one and only Back Live Again Tuesday night. It's the Yo Show.
Yo.
I am Jeff the Shark Perini, back for another awesome Tuesday night. And it's kind of cool. Like, I keep my my cell phone on to kind of eyeball who's watching. And none other than the lovely Susan Hendrickson, of course, Troy David Hendrickson's mom. Hello.
Hello.
Great to have you out there. Great to have everybody out there. Welcome to another episode of the Yo Show. It is Tuesday night. Again, Jeff the Shark Perini with me, as always, on Tuesday nights. She is the co-hostess with the mostest. She is the sister from another mister. And, Tony, it's no lie. Italians look great in red. It's the one and only Miss Jewel Katie. Jewel, good evening.
Good evening, Jeff. How are we doing tonight?
Doing fantastic. Big shout out for even start my neighbors, Kate and Brett and Tosh, for the lovely care package for my wife, Cassie. As you know, Cassie's still battling breast cancer. Notice the wording and lettering and names on it in pink. And this awesome T-shirt that says, "Tough guys wear pink." Absolutely.
Oh, that looks good on you. Very nice.
Thank you very much. I'm feeling, of course, today another round of treatments. But latest results, she is kicking its ass. The count's going way down already from awesome chemo and just a positive spirit, Jewel Tatey.
That's amazing. Oh my God, she's such a champ.
She really is a champ, and I admire her toughness. Like, if it was me, I would probably be hiding in a corner somewhere and crying like a bitch. But she's out there, man, kicking its ass, which is absolutely awesome.
Yeah, that's great. And you're the rock.
I do what I can. She even said to me today, it's like, "Oh, with the new job and the brewery and life, you're still going to be able to handle the show and do 2 nights a week?" Yeah, because this is kind of my escape. Of course, Jewel by my side a couple of hours every Tuesday night really, really helps. And, of course, Wednesday night we do our little thing, and we're going to talk about everything we got coming up in the near future because we're a busy show. So we thank you for watching, those of you who comment. And, of course, Jewel, thank you very much for being my rock on Tuesday nights.
And thank you. Yes, this is also the highlight of my week, and we have so much fun and talk to so many amazing people, and we get to help people too. So it's a treat for us, really.
Absolutely, and we love it. And of course, I get emails and messages from people that say, "Hey, I love your show. Can I borrow you for a night? Can I borrow Jewel for a night? Or can I have Jewel?" And yeah, we love it. We thank you for it. We do have a lot of fun. And I think that's part of it, just the overall real fun that we have doing it. And it's infectious.
It is. And we hope we are, and what?
We hope we are in.
You are electric.
You are. A couple big shout outs, of course. Thank you to our guest from last Tuesday, the awesome musician Dondi.
Woo!
He was absolutely incredible. And of course, like I said, I've been doing Wednesday nights Yo 2.0, so a big thanks to actor Roger Dorman, who was fantastic. And of course, our guest host, Angela Marie. First time ever, Joe. Yeah, first time ever.
You won't be able to tell it's her first time. She was pretty comfortable.
She's pretty good. She got a little
set up and everything, very professional. Great job.
She got rough and raunchy, and she did good with the interview. And at the end, she kept saying, "This is infectious. I'm going to do it more." I even already talked to her about maybe doing her own program. I'm telling you, people just love doing it. And when you get the knack for it and you enjoy it, that's half the battle. And she's already halfway there. She's like, "I'm going to learn from you and Jewel, and I'm going to learn the tricks." So, hey,
anytime. Yeah, you can pop in anytime you want. We're here. Yeah, once you get over the hump of whoa, I can actually go on here and do this. It gets easier and easier. I still work myself in a tizzy, but it's all good.
Agreed. And it's funny because I will text Jewel during the week and compliment her, and she'll text me, and she's like, "Oh, I suck," and I'm like, "No, I suck." I'm like, "You hear me? I'm ridiculous." And you're like, "No, I'm the worst." And next thing all these people are like, "You guys are so good and so natural." So Let's not beat ourselves up, shall we?
Yeah. That was all today's conversation anyway.
I know, exactly. It'll beat ourselves up.
It's
So
all right.
tonight, an awesome guest with a great story. This man was in music in his 20s, walked away from it for several years to start a family, came back to the music industry, and now he's back, and he's here with us tonight off his brand new album, Crossing Bridges, from the band Streetwise. It's lead singer Ray Castronovo.
Woo!
Awesome. Very excited to talk to him. One of our awesome PR people, Beatrice Kimmel, part of her terrific lineup of guests. And Ray will be with us around 8:30. We're going to talk about his new album, talk about his career, talk about his off and his back on, and get the download. Jewel, what are your finds? What do you think?
Yes, I'm very excited. I can listen to his album all day. That's the kind of music I enjoy. So, yeah, I just want to thank Beatrice again, and we're going to have a lovely night tonight, I'm sure.
I agree. People, he got so many different descriptions, from it sounds like Green Day to sounds like Elvis. To me, it's got a little, you'll like this, Bruce Springsteen.
I thought the same. Yeah, yes, I did.
Sure. And we have a song, Dream Girl, lined up. We'll try to get it before Ray gets on. I'm already rambling, and we got so much to talk about. Before we do the top 5 list, Joel asked me to share this. I hope it do it justice. If not, I can reshare it again. GoFundMe, www.gofundme.com right now. The Fort Washington Elementary School, which was a very tragic victim of the latest tornado and hurricane blowout, actually lost part of its building. First, second, and fifth grade classes, roof ripped off, so they're currently not in school. They have raised, whoops, as I knocked the lid, they have raised close to $60,000 already to help with the project to rebuild the school. And of course, more is definitely needed. Again, it's the Fort Washington Elementary School. You go to www.gofundme.com, FWES Tornado Recovery Fund, of course, for the Fort Washington Elementary School. It's a huge cause. If you're seeing this live, if you're watching on the replay, whatever, check it out, help out. Jewel.
Yeah, that's my backyard. Like, we got slammed last week, and there's like 14 accounts of damage throughout the region, and just driving around here is like, it's tragic. There's so many houses destroyed and down poles. Like, people still don't have power from last week, so we're just trying to do our part for everyone. We had the first Friday in Ambler last Friday, and all the proceeds went to like the victims of the tornado, because it was right here. I mean, we had a little flooding in our basement, but like nothing compared to what some of these people are going through. So yeah, anything you can do to help anyone in the Upper Dublin area has been affected. So please and thank you, and it's much appreciated. And neighbors, try to help your neighbors during this time. And we're getting hit tomorrow again, so God help us.
Yes. My first day at my new job tomorrow up in Ewing, New Jersey. Yeah, I do the O show. Yeah, I do Loso beer. Yeah, I do this collectible stuff. But I also have a day job, which I start again tomorrow. So no beer. We're drinking Arnie Palmer here tonight. So I'm known as Arnie Palmer. So I can go in with a sharp head, and of course more storms. Of course, as you know, we'll talk about it later. It's one of our topics. But of course, Bucks County with the water advisory and just an absolute mess. So if you can, one more time, www.gofundme.com. Fort Washington Elementary School. Let's give a little bit. You don't have to give a lot. And if a lot of people give a little, it's better than one person giving tons. Just everybody giving a little and piling that money up and helping the school. Get the kids back in school. They waited so long to get back in school. They're back for a day or two, and boom, tornado. It's like it's not meant to be.
It hit Temple, Ambler too. Like, it's just wreaks some havoc.
It certainly has. We started out with a couple sad things, so let's get to some fun things. Let's do top 5 list, Joel Tady, and tonight, Streetwise, of course, Streetwise New York is kind of like the website. And I'm thinking New York, I'm like, well, let's do top 5 songs with locations in the title. Could be any location. Could be a city. Could be a state. Could be a country. Could really be somebody's house, even though I didn't go that far. I kind of do locations.
Yeah, I try to do city or town. It's just easier because it can get like street, place, hotel. Like, what are you going to do?
I got to tell you one thing, though. If I don't see a certain song on your list, I'm banishing you from the fan club. And you know
I think I know. I think I know.
We'll get to that. Number 5, one of my favorite songs. I love both bands that do it. There's a regular and a cover, and it's Africa by Toto and Weezer. Version. Really good song. I love that song.
That.
It's a great number. It's an overall continent but Africa, number 5. Number 4, one of my favorite all-time bands growing up is Kiss. Of course, it's Detroit Rock City. 3 weeks in a row, Gene Simmons and Kiss managed to get mentioned on this show. Theme? No, none of them are coming on our show. Although we almost had Ace Frehley at one time, and that PR dude like backed out at the very end. Oh,
what happened to that?
I don't know. He like wigged out, man. He had lined us up with Foghat and Ace Frehley, and I'm like, bring it on. And then,
that's exciting. Number
3, kind of a dark horse song, and one that many might not expect from me. It's the Grateful Dead with Alabama Getaway. I like the Dead, man. Growing up, everybody was a Deadhead. And I was like, I like some songs, but I'm telling you, man, some of the jams, and Alabama Getaway is a big one. I love that one at number 2. It's number 3. Number 2, one of my all-time favorite bands, one of my all-time favorite songs, in a city that I hope to someday visit. It is The Clash with London Calling at number 2. And number 1, of course, Where We Come From. I had to get something in there from our great city, Elton John, and the one and only Philadelphia Freedom at number 1, Jewel. My top 5 list. Jewel Tatey, top 5 songs with location in the title.
That was a different list. I appreciate it. Number 5. I sang this, and Duck never heard. Duck's here, the intern. Hello.
Duck, the intern, for the first time in, I don't know, like 6 months.
Yeah.
You have pay
She
stuff.
has some time for us. She's done all her vacations.
Oh, is she done? That must be nice.
Yeah. But Scott McKenzie with San Francisco. I love. Ow! I just stabbed myself. It's a great song. I just always love that song. It's very 70s and my jam always. Number 4, Down in Mexico by the Coasters.
Wow, nice.
Are you familiar with the Coasters?
Yes, I am.
Oh man, what a great band. And it's from my favorite movie, Death Proof. And it's Tarantino, so it's great music, but I get a lot of my music from Tarantino movies. Anyway, number 3, Atlantic City, Bruce Springsteen. I just love the album, Nebraska, and every song on it. I know it's like one of his more depressing albums, but I'm here for it. Number 2, another kind of depressing album, but my jam is Brooklyn Baby by Lana Del Rey. There's so many Brooklyn songs. Like, so many.
I was looking at, like, Brooklyn Queens, No Sleep to Brooklyn. Yeah, there's a lot of Brooklyn. And, of course, Brooklyn is, we're raised from. So I guess I should have snuck a Brooklyn. You did, though. Thank you.
Yeah. I know. We were going to do Shipping Up to Boston, but that just missed. Anyway, number 1, Streets of Philadelphia.
Thank you very much. Streets, of course, Bruce Springsteen. And,
sad song. My list was sad. Well, except for the Down in Mexico. Sad list.
I'm thinking there was no way I could put Streets of Philadelphia with Jules.
Yeah.
So, of course, Philadelphia Freedom is just a song I absolutely love. So, of course, that made it. And just 2 great lists. Let's rewind. Mine, number 5, Africa by both Toto and Weezer. I love both versions, both excellent. Detroit Rock City by Kiss at number 4. Alabama Getaway, The Grateful Dead at number 3. London Calling by the Clash. Not the Cash, but the Clash at number 2. And number 1, Philadelphia Freedom, Mr. Elton John. Jewel came up with San Francisco by Scott McKenzie. Number 4, Down in Mexico by the Coasters. Number 3, Atlantic City by Bruce Springsteen. Number 2, Brooklyn Baby by Lana Del Rey. And number 1, The Streets of Philadelphia, Mr. Bruce Springsteen. Philadelphia, well represented. Tremendous job by you. And I feel a tremendous job by me representing our cities. We don't do this stuff ahead of time, folks. I send it to Jewel. She goes from there. Justin Thurston in the house. Justin, good evening. And thank you for popping into the Yo Show.
That scared me for a minute. I thought it said Justin Thoreau. I'm like, I can't see. I'm sorry.
That's his Yo Show name, so nobody knows who it is.
Right.
And we still can't pronounce it right. But a terrific top 5 list. We're going to talk real quickly. I know usually we do music and then topic, but we got to kind of hit this topic here, Jewel, because it's started to show off, and you said there's more potential tomorrow. It's hurricanes and tornadoes and all this crazy crap. As we know, we got hit around the Bucks County area a few times, and the latest was like a water advisory. Like we weren't allowed to use the water this weekend. What the heck happened to all the topics? Remember that all the topics are gone. I think I
Oh,
accidentally
no.
erased all the topics. Anyway, so yeah, you see the hurricanes, tornadoes during all my years. Like I'd never witnessed so many like major storms. Like, what's going on here?
I don't know. It's very scary. I remember when I moved to Montgomery County like many years ago, there was like tornado warnings, but it was just passing. But these tornado warnings are here and they're real, and they're just hitting us left and right. So they seem to be coming more often now, which is scary. I don't think
Right.
hurricane season is over. So yeah, it's kind of a scary, man.
It was
We never
very
thought
scary.
in the Northeast and tri-state we would have to worry about tornadoes,
I'm
but we
hearing it
do.
for years, nothing, like nothing, and all of a sudden in a month, two. And last Wednesday was the one when we were here doing Yo 2.0, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, you're in a tornado doing your show." Well, from down here in the basement, you can't hear it, and who the
Yeah,
hell really knew? But I mean,
that's the place to be.
my wife's like, "I want to come in the basement." I'm like, "Well, you got to keep quiet because the show's on.
Just stay in the corner. Don't speak.
Stay safe, but for God's sake, stay quiet." I suck at my job. I really do. So yeah, but it's very scary, very different. I'm not used to all this, like foul type weather, and hopefully it goes away. Like I said, we're expecting more tomorrow. It already rained a little bit outside here, and I don't know, man.
Yeah, and what was I gonna say? Oh, Sandy was probably the worst in our area at the time. I mean, a tree fell on my dad's car and almost smushed him. Like it was so serious around here and Jersey, and with this Ida has just been devastating. So, oh man, it's just scary. Like we just never seen anything like it.
And there's another one on the way, right? Larry, I think it is. Is there
Yeah.
another one? Yeah, right around the corner. Jesus Christ. End of days.
Has there ever been a Hurricane Jeff?
Every Tuesday night here on the Ocean.
Oh. And Ducknado and Hurricane Josephine.
I'm sorry,
There
that's
was
not
there was a
a.
Josephine like last year.
Yeah, Jeff isn't a hurricane. He is a natural disaster though. But I wouldn't I wouldn't really call him a hurricane.
Oh boy.
It's bad. It's bad sometimes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. A little sip of iced tea. So let's play some music.
Okay.
Streetwise, Ray Castronovo is our guest tonight. Brand new album is out, and it's called Crossing Bridges. And let me stop screen this share screen. This one's called Dream Girl, and you're gonna like it. You know why? Because it's got a little bit of everything, and he calls it like a rock and roll stew. It's like a mix of all different kind of stuff, and I couldn't agree more. I think it's absolutely perfect. So we're gonna play it for you now. It's called Dream Girl by our guest Ray Castronovo right here on the Yo Show, about 4 minutes long. So enjoy, and we'll be back shortly, right here on the Stoop Radio Network.
Every time I hold you close, you're the one I love the most. Must be love, it's what I know. Misty eyes begin to glow. You're the one I wanted tonight.
from the brand new album Crossing Bridges, Dream Girl, by our guest tonight, Ray Castronovo from the band Streetwise. Ray should be with us in a few minutes, and of course we'll talk to him about that song and the album and his career and everything great that's going on for him right now. Jewel, what do you think?
I mean, it does. It has that Bruce feel. So I love the saxophone and everything like that. So it's very soothing, man.
Our man Nachus in the house, a cool
Nachus.
song. What is up, Nachus? Nachus, very American, old school rock and roll right there. Like I said, mixed with a little bit of dance and a little bit of blues and a little bit of pop. Very cool. So Ray will be with us shortly. It does give me some Springsteen. I definitely get that feel. Like I said, compared to like Elvis, got a little Elvis tone in his voice. Good stuff. Multi-talented. We're excited. Something I forgot to mention, and I'm very embarrassed, Jewel, because you know me, I love to keep track of this stuff. And I went today and I looked, and the other day rather, the weekend, and downtime, and I witnessed over 200,000 listens and views in our 168 episodes, spanning over a 4-year time period, which is amazing. Number one, so congratulations for that. But number two, our anniversary just passed. Joel and I started the Yo Show back in August, 4 years ago.
Wow.
And here we are still going strong. Now, I know you think 168 episodes, 4 years doesn't make a lot of sense. We took a couple hiatuses. We did some retooling. Of course, we took time off to get this format, and we were just audio for a while. And then we decided, like, there's more to us than just audio. I mean, look at us. We're gorgeous. Yeah. So that's how we ended up here. And Jewel, over 4 years, we're keeping it simple and not really pointing out any individuals or anything in particular. What have you felt like you picked up? What are some of your favorite points of it? And what do you think?
Oh, wow. That's a loaded question. It's just everything. Like, really, the show has given me confidence to be in front of people more and talk to different types of people. I was a mess when we started. I was just so nervous and shy. But I truly love interviewing people, even though I might not have the right words or say them correctly all the time. But I really try. And we love what we do here. So just the love of it keeps us going. And man, all the people that we've met have been the highlight. And I mean, we've reached so many people. It's crazy to think that, but we really have. And it's all, but, oh, fix it? Can you hear him?
Yeah,
I can hear you fine.
What is the fix? Am I moving my head too much and fading in and out? Is that what it is? Because I noticed I'm moving my head too much.
Oh.
That's true. Said 4 more years. If it's up to me, 40
Aww.
more years. I want to be like in my 90s, sitting in this chair. But Brian Snow told me to fix my mic. Wait, is it too much in my face? Like, what is my mic doing besides annoying me? I kind of like it in my face because it's the only way I get. I'm one of them people, Joel. I'm either too low or too loud. I find no happy medium in my voice.
I think you sound fine. I mean, maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. Anybody else out there in watching land?
Yep, they're going to have to tell us because I don't hear a problem. So if you can see or hear one, let us know. Bit low?
A bit
Oh.
low. It's a bit
It's loud to
loud.
me.
You should be sitting where Joel's sitting. It's pretty loud. I got that the other day. Now I keep it like right in my face. How about now? Is that a little better?
Oh, booming.
Booming. All right, so I'll try to maybe continue to speak at it and louder, I guess.
Just project a little more, maybe.
There you go. I watch I watch Howard Stern, and he really makes me nervous because the whole time he's talking, he's holding it and like pulling it in. And like I always watch the replays of his show, and it always seems like he's just holding it and like keeps drawing it. I'm like, that's gotta get annoying after a while.
Yeah, that's too much. I wouldn't want to like hold it the whole time. No.
That's too easy. Let me take a look here. All right, it's at two dots, 3 dots, 2 dots, 3 dots. How about echo isolation? Maybe that'll make it a little louder. Is that louder?
Oh man, yep.
Yeah, is that it?
Like oh geez, I don't know. Maybe I'll turn mine down if they can hear me better. I want to hear my voice whole loud.
I'm totally loud everywhere else.
Check.
I think you're fine. I think it was me on the end.
You sound good. You sound like you're in stereo now.
Thank you. Well, there's only one more person that we have to worry about if he sounds good or not, and we'll bring him in. Our very special guest, the lead singer of the great band Streetwise. We just played one of their songs right here, brand new album out called Crossing Bridges. Very excited to talk to this guy. A great story and some great music. Ladies and gentlemen, get up for our special guest tonight, Ray Castronovo. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, how you doing?
Ray, good evening. How you doing? So Brooklyn, New York, a name like Ray Castronovo, it's obviously you're an Irishman, correct?
That's right. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks for being on the show. Of course, let's get right to it. The brand new album is out, Crossing Bridges. We played Dream Girl earlier on, and of course, your band Streetwise. Tell us about the brand new album. Tell us about the creative process and a little bit about the band.
All right. So I could start off with the band. So I put a group of guys together about a year and a half ago. As you know, I started out in my younger days growing up in Brooklyn with a major record deal, but I couldn't do it because I had some family options. I had a pregnant wife who said, if you go that road, you're not forget about this road. So,
Wow.
yeah, that's all right. Yep. So sometimes, life gets in the way you dream. So carry on. The kids are grown up. So we decided about 3 years ago to start putting this all together, and I put together a real professional group of guys. We have this sax player who's been touring the world. I have another guitarist who's played all over, all veterans, seasoned musicians. I actually have Chubby Checker. I got his bass player.
Wow.
We do our own little version of the twist when we play live, and we get
awesome.
So cool.
Yep. And I have this drummer, Linda Mackley. She's actually from Pennsylvania.
Sweet.
So she's around town, and that's the Streetwise crew. And Gina, can't forget Gina Bellotti. She's one of our singers as well.
So how did it all come together? Did you have auditions, or you just vetted these people from word of mouth, or how did it come to be?
So a couple of word of mouth. I got introduced to them, and I did have a few auditions going on. And we all, it's like a family. You're living with each other. So you got to get along with each other, have the same kind of goals and the same kind of desire to succeed. And that's what we put together. So, I own a big construction company in New York City. So the young ones are starting to take that over so I can go on this musical journey.
Yeah, works out nicely. It was actually one of my questions, is the family into music or is the family into business?
It's the family's into business. So my daughter and my son are now involved in the construction company and making it so I could be less into the construction company and keep pushing on music. And so we decided to write around, people ask what our genre is. And I always had a hard time answering that question. So because we have, it's Streetwise, and we learned from some of the great legends, like the Three Kings, BB, Albert King, and Freddie King. And then all of a sudden it comes into, with the Rolling Stones and Eric Clapton's, and then all of a sudden Motown. So we have a mix of all that. So you really won't hear a lot of the same sound. Even actually this Saturday, we go into the Hit Factory and start recording our second album.
Awesome.
So I call it our own type of genre, and I call it music stew, because we got all these sounds and we put them together and we created our own sound.
Absolutely love it. We're big rock fans. Jewel is a huge Bruce Springsteen fan. And right away I said, I hear Bruce. She does. And people said Elvis and Green Day and all these comparisons. But you hear everything in there. Like I said, pop, blues, dance, classic rock and roll. It's a tremendous, very unique sound. I love it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
So
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, how did you start out in your younger days? What drew you into music, and when did you know you were passionate about it?
All right. So I had a friend that actually he went to a guitar teacher, and he learned when we were about 12 or 13 years old. And we grew up together. And I don't know if you heard about him years ago. His name was Warren Cucurullo. So Warren played with we used to play around, and he was so into Frank Zappa music that he probably played Frank Zappa music as good as Frank Zappa. So he'd go to all these concerts and he'd go to all these places, and Frank Zappa noticed him and asked him one day to help with equipment, and he played with Frank Zappa, and Frank took him on a tour. So I said, you know what? And then they formed Missing Persons after Frank Zappa, and then they went on. So I said, you know, I could go, but he can do it. I'm going to give it a shot. So we started playing in all these places in Manhattan. And, you know, that was when it was more like the punk days. There was some punk rock going on, but we created it in our own dance way. And we played in all these places in Manhattan, from the Mud Club to CBGB's and Kenny's Castaways and the Beacon Theater. And I'm sure you heard some of those places.
Yeah, CBGB's. That's huge.
What was the vibe in there? Like, how did it feel to play that?
Oh, it was, listen, there were times that we came on at around 1 a.m, and what a unique crowd would come out at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
We would have a lot of fun.
Man.
The New York scene's got to be something at 1 a.m. So the layoff was around 30 years.
Right.
Did it keep chomping at you like, I got to play, or was it kind of out of focus? Like, let me just settle in, get the family together, the business together, and down the road, I'll take another stab at it. What was it like in your head?
No, I continued playing the whole way. I would show up at places, play with guys. I always wrote music, you know, and you'll hear in the music, I like telling stories. So, and life stories. So I just kept at it the whole way, and I wrote these little songs on the way, and they're all coming together now. So, you know, they're a part of story. So in a song called Fighting the Dragon, so my father had a medical issue and he wasn't doing so well. So I went down to the 5th floor at Stony Brook Hospital where the kids were. And I saw this child around 8 years old. You know, he had no hair on his head, but I want to hang out in the kids' room and make them all happy. And he comes up to me and I said, "How you doing, son?" He says, "You know, mister, sometimes I feel like I have these dragons inside of me. And sometimes I feel like they're breathing fire." So I took that in such a sensitive way. And I let him know, listen, we all have our dragons one way or another. And they all breathe fire once in a while.
Wow.
I went back up. I sat on the side of my father and wrote a song called Fighting the Dragon. And that's what that one's about. And then there's one, A Better Place. So A Better Place, we wrote about 2 years ago before all this pandemic started hitting. And then we recorded it. And it's all about, if you take care of people, you all stick together, you can make this world a better place. So it goes to put out your hand and reach for another. It doesn't matter gender, race, creed, or color. Just stick together and you can make this world a better place.
For sure.
I love it. Yeah,
Right,
I love
stories.
I love the way that artists bring out the pandemic and the way people are right now with a little bit of distance, because they all say it so well and make it sound so easy. So people out there, pick up some music, let it sink into your brain, and let's tighten up a little bit, huh?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
How did the pandemic affect you, like creatively? Were you writing more or less, or how was that whole?
So it kind of set us back. You know, we played in a distant way. And what set us back was the ability to go and actually put on shows. So we really ground down and we said, all right, we're going to go and record 10 songs, like release 10 songs, which just came out, you know, a few months back, and then, you know, continue on. But it still has an effect. So they want us to start thinking about touring around April, May, but we're still watching how things are going.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen you do a couple shows, which is great. The nerves come back? Like, you get a little nervous getting back out there, or you just pumped to just get right back on stage?
It's my comfort zone. It's like I crave. I just crave that whole feeling.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's good stuff.
I would be so nervous to go on stage, the ultimate stage fright. But you also have your own record label, Dayquest. How did you get involved in that? And what's it like nowadays with actually signing artists? Because I know a lot of people want to go independent and do their own thing, especially with like social media blowing up. Everyone thinks they can like control their own destiny, which in some cases they can, but in other cases they need help. So how did that come about?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So when we resurfaced and we started reaching out to the record companies that I had involvement with 30 years ago, and the Hit Factory recording at, you know, Troy Germano Studios in Manhattan. So they welcomed us in. And then I got reading the record company's contracts. So I own a construction company, so we know about contracts. And then I saw that, wait, you want 75% and I get 25%. and you pay for this whole journey, and I have to work for you. So that's when I decided that I'm going to start my own record company, and I'm going to be the first person I sign up. So I put together a whole group. Like I have Beatrice, who's our media manager, and a whole handful of others that I'm using me as an example. And we have a few artists right now that we're, entertaining, and we're thinking of signing up with us, but we're going to make it so they can benefit by it. And to do this whole recording process on a high level studio and to get out there the right way, because it does cost money. It does cost money. So with the regular social media process, there are doors that get open that wouldn't be open without the right PR people who knows people.
Right. And it's just, the music industry as a whole, since the beginning of time, has been screwing over their artists, for lack of a better term. But like the Wrecking Crew, all those people, they just never got the credit. So it's great that you want to take care of your artists and bring them in. And they should feel like they're part of a family. Like, I grew up in the 90s, all the boy bands and the pop stars, they just got like destroyed by these big, corporate guys. So I think that's amazing that you're creating this little, not little, but the family unit that can be trusted.
Right. So they could make their profit, and they could do what they have to do, and have the right, PR company, media person who knows the path to get us out there at a faster level than if you had to do it yourselves.
Right. And
That's
Beatrice
terrific.
is amazing.
Yeah, she is. She does amazing work. She brings us some great acts. And of course, once you hit this show, you're on your way to the big time. This locks it in right here.
Wow, that's good stuff.
We try. We love artists, independent, and some with labels. Obviously, with the labels, we can't play the music, but we can definitely play the independents. And we love playing music, and etc. So now that you're back in the music biz, are you making up for lost time? You already said you got a second album on the way. Do you want to just keep on writing and pushing, or do you have a nice vault full of music to start just cranking out?
Yeah, so we record. So what we're doing now is the first album was 10 songs. So now to keep it and the momentum going, so we're going to go on a 5-song basis. So we're going to we start recording this Saturday 5 songs, and give us about 4 months, we'll be able to get them out instead of going through the whole process. It's a longer process for 10 songs.
Sure.
So we're going to put them out in 5-song increments, and we're just going to keep it going. We're just going to keep giving the world our music and hoping they enjoy it. Because we'll play for one person just as good as we'll play for 1,000 people or 10,000 people.
Do you guys utilize this kind of platform? Like, do you all have to show up at a physical location to practice every time, or are you using FaceTime to get practices in, or is it just Yeah.
So we're sitting now on the top. So I bought a building, and this is the top of the building, and I have a 5,000 square foot rehearsal studio.
Beautiful.
So we all come up here, but I have 2 musicians that live out of state. And with the FaceTime, it's been rough because we're playing up here, but we can't hear their response because they're delayed response.
Yeah.
So I just got notified by somebody, and I haven't experienced it yet, but I've been watching it, that there's a place, it's called Jam Kazam and one other, that it's real time, and you're playing with musicians anywhere in the world, and it's real time, and you can play real time. So have I sampled it yet? No. Can I believe it all? It's a little hard, but I'm going to give it a test and try it. Because if I could play with other musicians throughout the world, and it could be real time, that makes the whole difference.
That's insane.
And it's a cool new approach. I mean, it has to be done. I've seen bands do it, and I watched when the pandemic first came, there's bands doing it flawless. I'm like, man, they do it so well. And everybody's like, dude, don't get fooled. Everybody's playing their piece, and then it's all edited together and mixed. And I'm like, and me too. And that makes sense, because for everybody to be hitting their notes that perfect, I'm like, this is impossible. But I guess I can see now piece by piece, which is great. As of course you sing and songwrite. Any other direction you want to go? You want to kind of produce, and what else do you want to get out of the music business? I mean, you got the record label, you sing, songwrite, the whole 9 yards. promoting maybe? What else? What other pieces would you like to get out of music?
So I have a little part of me that has an attraction towards Broadway.
Oh, nice.
Right. So I know that they continually have all these auditions. And my vocal instructor said, Raymond, because he's one of the big vocal instructors in Manhattan with Broadway singers. His name is Derek Rosenblatt. He has this thing called Vocal Power Presents. And he says, if you ever want that opportunity, give it a shot and you'll see that it's not as difficult as you think it is if you're that right person. So that makes me a little nervous, I say. All right.
Are you still? Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff.
No, go ahead. No.
Are you based in New York? Like, how has the vibe been since Broadway's open back up now?
Yeah, so they're starting to get a lot of people. People are just doing their thing. They want to see Broadway open. We are based in New York. My office now, I was born and raised in Brooklyn my whole life, but I didn't want my kids growing up in that environment, so I moved out to Long Island somewhat. But I crave Manhattan. I go back to Manhattan all the time, and you see that it's starting to come alive again. And hopefully this next variant isn't going to put the kibosh on that as well, but they're trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely need to keep forging ahead. When I think of Brooklyn, I think of the few times I go out and visit my friends, and they always take me out to Spumoni Garden. Are you familiar?
Yeah, I am.
The best pizza on the East Coast. Phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good place to grow up. I don't regret one bit of it. It taught you a whole different way.
I'm sure it's busy. It's a very busy area. How is the music community? Is it a lot of competition? Is it family style? What goes on in New York? Because a lot of people in Philly say, everybody's so friendly, but very competitive. So it's a little bit of both. So how's New York?
Yeah, there's a lot of competition, and we all, just like being in that music business, it's like a no judgment zone. Everybody wants to compete with each other. You have that fierce competitive level, but everybody accepts each other. And if someone can teach somebody something else and somebody could give you that correct, constructive criticism, because as a musician, you welcome criticism. That's what makes you better. You hear something, you take it for what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree. I guess you got to be really thick-skinned, like we do this here, and get a few thousand people, and everybody's got something to say. A lot of it's positive, but every once in a while you get that person.
Yeah.
But you're putting yourself out there, especially like I said, on your end, you're the singer, you're the songwriter, and it's your record label. So it's a lot of criticism. It's got to be pretty thick-skinned. But I guess you develop that, like you mentioned it, and just kind of reiterate, the construction business kind of helped you along and being savvy in the music business?
Yeah, it did. And it helps you weigh that criticism. You take it from where it's coming from, my grandfather used to tell me. Yeah.
So what advice would you have for a newbie coming into the business nowadays? Because it is so different. And with social media and all that pressure added on top of it, what would your advice be for them?
Well, just keep it going. Don't let things get you down. Just keep pushing hard, be consistent, and you'll see that if you have to make adjustments, if people get attracted to your music, if they don't, you make adjustments and just keep forging ahead, because with that hard work and that persistence, it'll all come together.
You gotta love it.
Yeah, I love that very much. So like I said, we threw out the comparisons. Bruce Springsteen, we've heard Elvis, Green Day, the whole 9 yards. Who are a couple artists that you think you're similar to or are similar to you? Because some people are like, hey, I'm myself. Who do you think is similar to you and your style?
Well, that's a tough question. You got me with that one. So excellent. I would go and think along the lines of, like, I'm going to go back to my music still. I can't, that's a good question.
Thank you.
It is. I'm maybe somewhere in the mix of maybe a little touch of Elvis mixed with Motown and with our own bluesy, because we could play pretty music and we could play not so pretty music. And then we also have fun music. So, I said the not so pretty music is more like, a little bit more rock and rolly, dancing. And then we could go back and sing like something like a 50s love song. And then we'll sing like a little fun song like Low Tide or another one we're creating now.
I noticed it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. We were like
I was
right
just
on time.
gonna say, like, what's the one song that gets everybody up and dancing?
All right, so we have a song that's called "Shake It," and actually, we're going to be starting to make our video around "Shake It."
Nice.
And I got what this is a true story. So I was leaving Florida, and I always have this guitar on my back. I just, I have this little carry-on guitar, and the lady that checks your tickets at the podium, she asked me what it was, and I said, it's my guitar. So she says, do you play it? I said, no, I go fishing with it. She starts laughing. She goes, let me hear some of your music. So now how fun that the ticket lady's getting around the airlines at the gate. She gets my phone and she starts putting it in the microphone. And that got me, a little bit like, what is she doing? And she goes, you know what we're going to do? I said, what? She goes, we're going to invent a dance. I said, what kind of dance we're going to? Her name was Roxanne. I said, how are we going to invent this dance? She goes, we're going to call it the touch. I said, so how does that go? So
I like it already.
Right. So and this is what the video is going to be about. So she starts dancing. She goes, we always have to touch. As soon as you break your touch, the dance is over. So I said, all right, show me how this is going to go. So she starts touching our elbows and she's rolling around and with shake it, and then you touch your finger. But it could be made that it could be done with someone who can dance. It could be done with wheelchair people, and it could be done with the elderly. You always got to have that touch.
That is a great music video.
I know. I like that a lot.
Good concept.
And I'm going to design it right around what actually happened at the airport. We're going to do a little airport setting, and it's going to come all together that way.
That sounds great. I love the story because you're, like you said, you're a good storyteller. I love the stories behind music videos. Sometimes they're right on with the song. Sometimes they kind of drift, but I love it. I think it's a great avenue to show off the music. But a band I think of when I hear you guys, and I don't know if you're familiar, you probably are, with the kind of genre, was the Honey Drippers. When they kind of got together, all these all-stars of rock, Brian Seltzer and Robert Plant and Paul Schaefer and all kind of guys like that. Do you have an all-star lineup? If you had a choice to pick maybe 3, 4, 5 guys and put together a neat little ensemble band like that, besides your own band. I know you love your band, but if you had to, let's say, Streetwise moved and you had to pick a couple guys, are there any legends you'd like to get on stage with?
Yeah, so I would like to have Keith Richards.
Oh yeah,
I would have Keith Richards. I would have I like Brian Setzer as well. We have that's actually on our next album. We have that kind of little rockabilly feel to a couple of songs.
Sweet. Yep.
And who else would I bring in with us? I tell you, I would like to bring in someone like along the lines of maybe Gene Vincent. Gene Vincent could come around. Remember Gene Vincent?
Sure.
Yep.
I liked it.
Yep, Gene Vincent. And there's a couple of singers out there, a couple of female singers that I would like to bring in too.
Oh yeah, I want to hear these.
Yeah, so one of them would be Christina Aguilera.
Oh yeah, I love her.
Yep, she'll sing along, and so there was one back when she was, I don't remember her name, but she always got my attention. She was from Missing Persons as well. Dale Bozio. I don't know if you heard about those.
No, that one.
Yeah, so we would have a good fun time.
That sounds great. Looking forward to that. Do you do a lot of covers? You like covering other bands? Any specific songs that you enjoy playing that may not be your own that you like to throw at the crowd?
Yeah, we do. So there's a song that we do with Streetwise Style. So Carole King, Love You Tomorrow. And then I can go to Little Runaway by Del Shannon.
Great song.
Yep. And then there's another one that we do. It's, we do our versions of the Twist.
Yeah.
From Chubby Checker. Yeah. That's a crowd mover. It's like whenever that twist comes out, everybody has their ways of doing their twist.
Oh, that's so
I've got a variation of Twist that's horrible. I'll save it for a future episode of the show, but I do my own.
But you do it.
So, what are the chances of bringing the band down to PA? Like, me and a couple of friends of mine are opening a big brewery tap house thing with stage. We'd love to have you guys come down. Any future plans of moving the show around the country a little bit?
Oh yeah,
East
we
Coast,
will. Yep.
Tri-State, maybe.
Yeah. So actually, we're thinking right now. So Paul's coming back. Paul's our guitarist down in Florida. He's coming back on October 11th for about 2 months. And we're actually thinking about along those lines of finding those places in Pennsylvania, a few in Boston, and just moving around a little bit. So yes, we would be open to that opportunity.
That's amazing.
That sounds great. We definitely would love to come out and check this out because it's, like I said, right up our alley, a little bit of everything. And I love the sound. And to me, I love rock and roll. I like the blues mix, the Motown. I like it all. And I really think it's stuff that people are going to get into real quick. I think the music you're creating is fantastic. And I expect big things. I really do.
Yeah, we like to put on a show as well. You know, the show is part of it all.
Sure.
We have a couple that, you know, we like our audience participation. We put it out there. So it's like we're all one big group. It's not just us here. We bring everybody in with us.
Those are the best shows. Just get everyone in on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so cool.
Absolutely. Any timeline for the new album or a little break and just play some stuff off the new one?
No, so there's about 3 or 4 months, and our album should be ready to go. And we're going to be playing, you know, all of our old songs and writing new songs and just put them out there.
Sounds great.
Do you have any free time? And what do you do? What do you do in your downtime?
Yeah, that's rough. So I get up. I'm up at like 4:35 in the morning. I practice my guitar. I got to steam my vocals. I got to warm up my vocals. I go off to my construction world. I have to find my workout time. I love, you know, later in my life, I took up golf because in the business world, I started playing golf. And then I have the music, and there's always something occupying it. And when I get my free time, it's like I disappear. I go on a vacation and I just go, oh.
And the phone still rings even when you're away, right?
And the phone still rings. Yes.
But you seem to keep yourself in pretty good shape. How long is your workout regimen? Do you spend a lot of time in the gym? Because it seems you're really fit, which I guess you have to be in the music business.
Yeah, so I probably work out maybe 5 days a week. 2-3 times I'm in the gym, and the other time, like this morning, I was running on the beach. And then I'll do a lot of cardiovascular the other couple, and then I take 2 days off because, you know, you start wearing yourself out. And
sure.
My rubber bands aren't as like they were 30 years ago. They don't stretch like they used to.
My rubber bands have snapped. Completely snapped.
Yeah.
So, you know, we would just had a great time. We'd love to welcome you back when the new stuff comes out. And like I said, if there's any chance you're making your way into town, you know, feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to come check you out, or vice versa. We'll keep reaching out to you and Beatrice and making our way to see Streetwise. For everybody out there, of course, www.streetwisenewyork or NY, streetwiseny.com. The new album, Crossing Bridges, is out right now. Apple Music, Spotify. You can watch the videos on YouTube. Just look up Streetwise and you'll find the stuff. Ray Castronovo, our very special guest tonight. Ray, we really appreciate you coming out. Again, keep kicking ass, man. You're in it now. Now it's time for music. You paid your dues. You got your construction business going. Your family's in good shape. Now us people are ready for some music.
Yeah, and we're going to give it to you. And I'll communicate with you, and we will be in Philly. And thank you for having me.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolute pleasure. We look forward to more music and talking to you real soon.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks
Have a
so
great
much.
night.
You too.
Ray
Bye.
Castronovo, ladies and gentlemen, from the band Streetwise, our very special guest. And again, you can check them out, www.streetwiseny.com, and the new album, Crossing Bridges. It's already downloaded, Joe. I already got music on my Apple. I've got Streetwise. Of course, I do it right away.
Yep.
Ray, thanks again.
All right. Thank you again. Have a great night.
You
Take
too.
care.
And we'll let Ray go there off to the backstage area. Jewel, I got to tell you, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. The music is great. His attitude is perfect and just an all-around fun guy. What do you think?
Oh, amazing. Yes, I love the music. And I mean, we're so starved for shows and good music and just seeing our people. So this is just another one we can add to the list because I'm so excited to see him and his band. And man, I just love what he's doing with the record label too, because that's so important today. And you know, these young people get into this industry and they don't know what to do, especially if they have this newfound fame. So it's good that there's someone there looking out for them.
And that's big. Like I said, newfound fame. A lot of times they tend to lose themselves in the fame, and the music could suffer or the promotion could suffer. So it's great what he's doing. I feel bad, Ray, if you're still listening out there. You remove him from the set and put him in the green room, and then it says kick from studio, which I feel is like the rudest thing ever. And I hope it doesn't say you've been kicked out of the studio.
Oh no, I don't think it's.
I hope it doesn't say that. We definitely.
Oh no, kick me out.
But he came to his. We do that half-hour limit. We do it out of respect, of course, for the artist. When we say a half hour, we try to stick to that. I keep playing with this microphone, and I don't know. Maybe we'll try without the. How about that? Is that any better? Does that sound louder?
That is louder, but I thought you sounded fine before.
All right, I just
getting any new complaints.
I just want to keep trying. You know what though? It's causing an echo. So much for that. But now all of a sudden that I touched it, it is echoing. Son of a biscuit. Okay. Are we better now? Yeah, we're better now. All right, there we go. We're back in action. But again, Ray Castronovo, and we're going to keep the scroll down the bottom, streetwise ny.com, and of course Crossing Bridges. And I listened to the whole album leading up to this show, Jewel. And again, as always, and I reiterate this often on the show because I just love to reiterate it, Jewel and I both go out and search social media, and we search PR people, and we get guest lists. We find some on our own. And Beatrice Kimmel, of course, and her PR group have done a terrific job. And Jewel brings them to me, and she brings us a lineup. And there's names. And I'm like, okay, let me get into it. And then Ray, we got Ray, I think, about a week ago. And she said, Ray Castronovo. I'm like, let me start looking. And I already look at his look. I'm like, God, this guy looks like he's got like some old time rock to him. And then I start listening. I get the music, and I'm like, yeah, okay, here we go. And then he comes on, and you never know all the guests we have, you never know how they're going to respond. And right off the bat, big smile on his face, happy to be here, really enjoying what he's doing. We love that. So great job again, Jewel, and great job, Ray.
Yeah, absolutely. And I hope everyone enjoys the music. Do we have another song, or is that just one and done?
I just did the one and done. The last couple of weeks, we get the other song, and then we run lakes. We do a billion things here. But no offense to that. And like I said, if people want to hear more, they absolutely can. So
maybe when we get the music video, we could play that too. So
yeah, I like that.
Music videos.
Apparently, the Phillies must be losing tonight. I got my on-the-spot reporter here saying, your Phillies. So when they're my Phillies, that means they're losing. When they win, they're his Phillies. So
Hey, about them Phillies last night.
So we love they were good last night. Tonight, I guess not so much. I haven't been keeping an eye on the score. But I love when my brother comments. This way I get to see that little face in the picture. And, of course, my little nephew, whose birthday's coming up, Jewel. Next week, birthday party. I got him the greatest gift. I did, in fact, find the Spider-Man web slingers that shoot out the silly string.
Oh, yeah, you said.
Oh, I got him 2 of them. So 1 for each hand. His parents are going to love me.
Hey, I would love that. I would steal it off my child.
I agree. Like, me and my wife had a little spat about it because she's like, oh, I want to get him some outfits. I'm like, outfits? He's 3. Wants to play. You don't play in clothes. Well, you do.
Like nice outfits or nice play outfits?
Well, this outfit's like my sister-in-law, Beth, and my brother do a tremendous job of dressing me. He always looks handsome. He's always sharp. But Cassie buys him outfits too. She does a great job. I just remember back to my childhood, like, there were the aunt and uncles that always gave you clothes, and you're like, clothes? And you throw them away real quick and went and grabbed the toys.
Yeah. And I don't know. Kids' outfits today are so stylish, and it's like, however you dress, you can dress them like a mini you. But
yes,
I don't know. I was having because she starts school tomorrow, so obviously I want cute back to school pictures. I was having such a tough time because when they're little, you put them in floofy dresses or whatever. But when they're a little older, you want them to love the picture. Well, at least I want her to, because she's so cool. She deserves a cool outfit. So I was like, what do you think? Like, help me piece it together. And she's so fashionable, like way more than me. Like, she has better fashion sense than I do. So I just let her lead.
And again, we go back to social media. I mean, the kids get the feel for what the kids are wearing. And I was at my brother-in-law's on Sunday, for a party for his daughter. His daughter turned 5, and her one nephew, he's not even a teen yet. The kid's, like early age still, and he had a pair of like brand new like sneakers on. Gotta forget whose sneakers they were. Popular athlete, popular basketball player. I forgot whose they were. But anyway, he's comparing sneakers with my other brother-in-law who's got on Jordans. He's like, "Hey, you got Jordans?" He's like, "How do you know Jordans?" He's like, "I know Jordans." And he had like these fat pair of sneakers on, so the kids are into it now. Definitely.
Oh yeah, her sneakers always cost more than mine. Which I put to you that way. She has she has good taste. What can I do? I just have to follow along. It's tough when they grow every year, and sneakers are so expensive. So it's like yeah.
Absolutely. I can't believe I forgot whose sneakers they were, and now I'm like mad at myself. But I'll figure it out. We'll get it.
But you know what? Soccer starts tomorrow too, and she hasn't been in soccer in 2 years, and that's her sport. So I'm so excited for her to like get back out there and just do her favorite sport, because it's been a long road. So it's going to be a happy day tomorrow.
That's great. I'm very excited for that as well for her. I'm excited for all her activities. And I've had people say, you're doing a Wednesday night show. Like, where's Jewel? Jewel is, tending to Joey and all her activities. And I love that. I think it's tremendous to have her in so many things. She says she does dance, soccer. She did softball over the summer. And that's great. Keep them active. Because nowadays, too many parents are like, here's video games or here's a tablet and go off and sit in the corner. But, kids need activity. They need the outdoors.
It's really easy just nowadays to get sucked into that. But I always played sports growing up. I know what it did for me, physically, mentally. Like, it puts you in the state to focus on other things. And you have to, I don't know, you have to learn how to be part of a team. That's just part of life. You always have to be in a team some way, somehow. And I just think sports is so important. So, yeah, I'm going to let her pick. Soccer was never my sport. I did softball and basketball and dance and hockey, but like soccer, it's never my thing. But I'm happy that she loves it so much, and that's her thing. So more power to her.
Absolutely, and she's a great kid with a lot of energy. You see her pop on the show at times, and we love
Run
her.
It out.
She's got her own YouTube page and everything at
Yep.
7 years old, right?
I gotta give herself a plug, and she'll be in here soon.
I'm sure she will. She loves popping on and correcting the fans who don't yet subscribe. It's only 175 of you. So let's go. Subscribe on YouTube.
We need the 10K or on Facebook to transfer. So if you're watching on Facebook, go over to YouTube, please. Do us a favor and hit
like and subscribe. It doesn't hurt much. Look, I'm wearing pink. Tough guys wear pink. Do it for me.
Oh, the lettering is pink too. That's so pretty.
Yeah, I made it pink tonight as well.
Very cool.
A little segment that we do here called Let's Argue. And it's funny because some people are like, well, I thought your show wasn't like hard edged and you don't argue. But that means they're not watching the show, because Let's Argue is just very simple. Tonight, best barbecue grilled food. And I got a little list here. I got the Premier 6. I didn't go crazy. I've got burgers, steaks, barbecue chicken, of course, hot dogs, ribs, and wings. And I wanted everybody to pick one, their favorite barbecue grill food, like right off the grill. And no fish. Fish doesn't count.
No fish. I made fish this weekend for my mother, and she didn't care for it too much.
I'm not a big fish. I don't mind fish, but I'm not a big fish fan. So let's see what the people choose. And in last place, I guess nobody likes wings or smoked wings or wings on the grill, because nobody picked wings.
No. I feel like people want other people to make their wings. Yeah, but like you usually know where to go to get some good wings. So
I get that. With the air fryer, I make really good wings. Oh, baby.
How do you do it? Do you just like throw them in there?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you pretty much throw them in the air fryer, leave them on for, I think, 20 to 25 minutes. They come out nice and crispy. And I started making my own sauces. I got a basic wing sauce out of a jar, which I cheated. But then I made a Bang Bang sauce, kind of like the Bang Bang shrimp you get these places. I made my own Bang Bang sauce. And then I made like this jalapeno honey sauce, which, yeah, man, good stuff.
Oh, see, I always get nervous with like chicken because my air fryer is a pressure cooker. So if I'm going to cook chicken, I'm like, well, why don't I pressurize it and make sure it's cooked. Whereas in the air fryer, it's like, is it cooked?
Is it right? Yeah, exactly. And
I have a thermometer and everything, but I just get nervous with poultry.
that's why, like, I'll pause it after like 15 minutes
Mm.
and pull it open just to make sure.
Yeah.
Wings, like I said, a solid 25 minutes. They come out pretty well done, nice and
Wings
crispy.
probably easy in that. Yeah. I
Yeah,
can see that.
we went to the wife's birthday was over the weekend. So Friday night we went to Macaroni's for dinner, which I love. Saturday, going back to wings, we went to Fireside for lunch with our couple there, CJ and Lynn Joint, and we ordered smoked wings. And I'm telling you, man, a little sauce on the side, a nice smoked wing, terrific.
Ooh, I love Currans. They're garlic parmesan.
Ooh, Currents
They're
has
really good.
excellent wings.
I
Matter
like
of
the
fact,
one in Philly though.
right, the one in Philly. The one in Benson wasn't bad, but the ones in Philly are definitely that's
Good.
correct. Next up, very surprised here. Only 3 people said burgers.
Really? I'd probably take a burger over
I-
anything.
It was hard because I love them all, and I picked one. But burger, it's nothing beats a nice grilled burger. I mean, like fried burger.
No. No, burger on the go.
Burger King's flame microwave broiled burger.
Oh, Chrissy made some banging burgers last night. So
Really?
props to Chrissy. Yeah, she knows how to grill.
I didn't notice all these years, Chrissy. I will now be poking my nose around looking for a burger.
You guys got to come up, man. We'll hit the town. You can get a burger from Chrissy.
I'm down. One of the rounds, like I said, the rounds take her out for a few days, so
Yeah.
make our way there. Next up is chicken, and I know chicken is like
Check.
when you go to a barbecue, and there's always that guy throwing a bunch of. I got a bunch of chicken on there. Well, nobody's really interested. If you go out to like a barbecue restaurant and get barbecue chicken, I could see it. But at my own house, I don't go nuts.
Dry. It gets dry so quick.
Yes, it
You know,
does.
that's why I love the pressure cooker. Not to go back to it, but like I love my Ninja because it just makes the chicken so juicy, and you don't have to do anything. Like garlic, salt, and pepper, and just throw it in the pressure cooker, and it's so juicy. When you put it on the grill, it just dries out.
It does. It's very hard, and that's why, like, I will make my what I call my free-form chicken parm. I don't use breading, but I will grill the chicken. But by the time you're dousing it in the sauce and the cheese, it wets it up a little bit because it will come out really dry. And if you overcook it, forget it. It's like a brick.
Yeah, for sure.
Next up, one of my favorites. So hard to pick a winner when you have stuff like ribs on the list, and nothing beats a good rib. But my question to you is, I don't know if you're a rib fan, is it the big beef rib or the little pork rib? I like the pork ribs myself.
I guess pork.
Yeah,
Right? I
pork
love
is the smaller, slender ones. The beef ones are like those big, looks like Fred Flintstone
I
kind
mean,
of
like pork. Yeah, like fall apart
Yes.
pork. You know, that's good.
We have some ribs there at Fireside as well. It's a smokehouse, so they got some nice barbecue. We used to when we lived in the area. We used to get barbecue food a lot from Maggio's in Southampton. The barbecue chicken and the barbecue ribs are phenomenal. Phenomenal. You're up by, of course, the Lucky Well, which also does a real nice job of barbecue. I've had their brisket before, and I enjoy that. Like good barbecue.
Yeah.
Next up, another tough choice for me, and everybody agreed that picked it, that it's got to be nice and charred and darkened, and that is hot dogs. And I like me a nice burnt hot dog off the grill.
Yeah, I don't like when it's like too black.
Really? There is a fine line. If it's too dark, it's ruined.
Too
You got to
charred,
get that
yeah.
right char, the little lines in it, maybe a little bit of darkness on the end. But dare if I say, and don't beat me up, audience, pink in the middle.
Pink?
Well, not pink, but it's got to look like a hot dog.
I can microwave hot dog. Like really, like it's a hot dog's a hot dog. Come on.
Like if it looks like a Tootsie Roll, I'm not really eating it. It's got to look a little bit like a hot dog. So, number one, this was easy. My pick, everybody's pick. Who doesn't love a nice barbecue grilled, medium rare is my choice steak. Yeah.
It
Any
has to
kind of
be,
steak,
Like
too.
no.
No?
Don't say that. Not any steak. There's shit steak, and then there's like
Well, yeah,
good
I mean,
steak.
I'm talking about the legit contenders, like the ribeye, the
Yeah, if you
T-bone.
have a good piece of steak,
Not like flank steak. Or I'm talking like
I have
legit.
I have sensitive teeth, right? So like
Okay, I get what you're
need,
saying.
tender steak. That's it has to be the right cut of steak.
So what is your favorite cut?
I don't know. Something good. Something good.
I would say on the lines of pretty soft. I would say probably like filet mignon. Even in
I had filet mignon. I'll tell you, first and only time I've had filet mignon was my senior prom, and that was the best steak I've ever had.
it's a really good. I got to put this because this is. I'm in Florida at a bar watching you two. I have 3 others watching behind me. Let's show some love for Philly guys. I love it. Evan Horn, ladies and gentlemen. Evan, of course, joined us for playoff previews. He's one of our football playoff guys, and every year when playoffs come around, we're going to be hitting you up, Evan. Of course, football season starts soon. We'll be talking about that shortly. And Evan, of course, moved down to Florida. And happy birthday to our good pal, Rolando Juarez, who's down there. Yeah, he lives down in Florida now. He got out of this shit town. Just be showing love for Philly. All right, crapping all over it. Very good. Nicely done, New York. Shit town. Yeah, Evan. I've known Evan for a long time. We started in like grade school together and keeps rolling on strong. And I appreciate his love for the show. And I definitely appreciate him sharing it with his friends down there in Florida. See, Florida, you don't know what you're missing up here.
Thanks, man. I have a lot of family in Florida. I hope everyone's doing well.
I got family. She's got family in Florida. I don't. She does. And we used to go down yearly to visit. And the last time she was there, man, she got like all like dried out skin. It didn't look pretty. And she's like, yeah, take a little vacation from Florida. So now she's lined up one for Utah again in December.
Oh, she had a blast, and that looked like a blast.
It looks great. And of course, she invited me this year again. And I don't know what my new schedule is going to be like. I've got so much on my plate. I'm going to be one of them people who are like, so what do you do for free time? And I'm going to laugh. I have no free time.
I know. I mean, my mind goes to Maria Daniels because she just does everything all the time and has 7 children. And I'm like, how does this woman do it? But she's amazing. And you're just like busting through with all these new projects and the job and everything you got going on. So be proud of yourself and keep trucking.
I like it. See, we need to see pictures here. Rolando is watching. So happy birthday, dude. Evan's nephew wants to know about Jewel. Yeah, baby. The fellas love themselves some Jewel Tatey.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. The prettiest face in all of webcasting.
I'm blushing.
Jewel Tatey. Oh, yeah, it's hard to tell.
I know. These bright lights.
I got that pink cheek thing right there. It's horrible.
The pink hue around you.
I do have a pinkish hue. I got the pink shirt on too.
Your aura is pink.
So Evan Horn, of course, dropped the pictures to my Facebook Messenger, and I'll pass them along to Jewel. I'll check them out.
God.
I'm telling you, one of these episodes is going to be Win a Date with Jewel Tatey. I can't wait. I get to chaperone it too. It's going to be awesome.
Okay. You'll be did you see the new celebrity dating game? It's Michael Bolton and Zoe Deschanel, and they do celebrity dating game. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. First of all, Zoe is so funny. And then Michael Bolton's singing and everything.
How do I get a date with Zoe Deschanel?
She's getting married or is married to one of the property brothers. Dork.
Oh, I hate those guys. So I'm married too.
My wife, she's so cool. Like
my wife can give me a hall pass. We're talking Zoe Deschanel here. I got a goddamn hall pass.
Oh my god, I love her. I've been rewatching The New Girl. It's really funny. If you haven't seen it, I recommend.
She was super cute in Elf. I thought she was adorable in Elf.
You know what? And, Nick Miller from The New Girl reminds me of you.
Christ.
It's his personality. You kind of look like him too. It's funny.
Excellent.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I rewatched it when it first came out. Yeah, it's pretty good. I appreciate that.
Oh, he's so funny.
When it first came out, I'd watch for a few minutes like, oh, this is dreadful. But I always end up going back to it anyway.
It's good. It's very good. You guys see the Prince episode. That's a good one.
New Girl, starring Zoe Deschanel Perini. I love her. I think she loves me, too.
I saw a, it's like, who do you think you are? I thought she grew up in Portland, but she, her family are like original Quakers. So she came to Philadelphia and like learned about their ancestry, and like her great grandmother, like they were like on the forefront of battling slavery. It was really cool to see.
Wow.
Yeah, it was nuts. You know, the Quakers like just did their own thing and stood up for what they believed in. Good people.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, folks, not just a pretty face. Evan Horn, tell your nephew, not just a pretty face.
Oh, Jesus.
Girl's got a head on her shoulders, too, and does that homework. Some serious research. We didn't know we were talking about Zoe Deschanel, and she researched it anyway. She knew all about her Quaker heritage. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
From things that Jewel does well to things I do well, it's something we call man cave scores. And if this doesn't make you a little bit stupid by the time it's over, nothing will. Jeff digs into his childish behavior, even at his ripe old age, where he goes around and collects items. And I got a few. And Jewel, the first item, I'm disgusted at us because neither of us shared it last week. And of course, it is the autographed DVD that we received from Mr. Jamie Kennedy. Right?
Mine's still in my car. I got it in there.
So as you know, me and Jewel went to see Jamie Kennedy, and after the show, we met and we got an autographed DVD. Look at that. Jamie Kennedy Unwashed, the stand-up special.
Did yours say hashtag Delco?
Yes, it does. It's got hashtag Delco on there.
Delco!
His autograph. Like a couple people were like a couple people have seen it. Does that say Delco? I'm like, it sure does.
Oh, yeah.
First
Even
piece
though
of
you're
pancakes.
Bucksco and I'm Munko.
I know, and he's
Jamie's
Delco. But a terrific show. Again, I advise if you haven't seen Jamie Kennedy in a while, follow him on Instagram, watch his videos. Some of it is vintage from his old show, and some of it is his new stand-up. Hurting, dude. Laughing so hard I could barely, like you said, actually belly laugh. Actually, like laugh out loud, not just like, but like,
I haven't laughed that hard in a long, long time. That was
like,
a great
yeah.
show.
Like banging on tables laughing, and the audience was alive, and he was feeling every second of it.
It was
Really
so
good
cool.
show. That was great.
You know who's playing Rivers like next week?
No.
Is Troy.
Really?
It's like Jamie and then Troy's playing that stage this next coming week.
Wow.
Isn't that cool? I'm so proud of him. Like,
he's great. He was out in Nashville recently too. Like he's getting out there, man, and really making it happen.
He's a star. Like he's a bona fide star. And we were his first radio interview.
First radio interview. He's been with us 3 times.
Yeah.
Three times. Four. Well, he did the benefit. He popped up. Well, Aunt Mary Pat popped up on the benefit. 3. And he's
3.
one of our few live studio. Matter of fact, he was the first ever like studio appearance where there's like an audience there.
I'm so happy that happened before COVID. Like,
agreed.
That was just huge for us, and he was such a sport. So
we needed it. And my wife came right out and said, "What will it take to make you straight?" And he said, "Girl, I appreciate it, but it's not going to happen." I'm like, wife, I'm sitting right here, and she's like, "Yeah," and he's sitting right there. Like, yeah, she was digging Troy.
I mean, he can do his makeup better than I can. I don't know.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Couple other quick scores. This one I love. My wife, of course, I know about COVID and the mask, but with the immunocompromise of chemo, when I got us a series of masks, and this is mine. I picked this one. This tremendous breast cancer awareness one. I love it.
Like an N95. Is that like sturdy?
Yeah, this is the whole 9 yards. Got the filter device in it and everything. And look, she's like, I know I used to be. I know we're vaccinated, but for me, I'm overly sensitive during chemo. So if you don't mind, so I go to stores and I'll slap it on. Of course, the ribbon. She said, "You want pink?" I'm like, dude, it's for you, man. Like you can't. I'm not gonna put a label on the color you're wearing to support your wife.
No, it's.
That should be my motto at the end of the show.
What?
Instead of "Don't be a douche," you can't pick the color to support. I don't know. Forget it, that sucked.
I know. Well, I know. It was like, my dad, when my sister was diagnosed, it was like pink everything. But it's to show support because they're the troopers and they're going through it. So hell yeah, we'll wear it.
That's supposed to be pink also. That's not pink.
Is it?
I got this multicolored light bar that I got from like Five Below, and this thing is super, but I think it'd be better if I flashed. It
oh,
flashes all. It does everything. It's so cool. I keep it on for the white light to kind of.
If you haven't noticed, I completely gave up on my background because it was just too much of a hassle. So
I noticed.
great curtain.
Couple more real quick. A brand new purchase from the toy company known as Box Lunch, and they make these Funko Pop exclusives. The one and only classic Loki. Look at
crap.
that. Box Lunch, Jewel. I agree. They have awesome stuff. And they came out the exclusive Loki. I ordered myself a pair, one for me, and one maybe to trade off down the line.
How was the shipping
Loki.
and everything? Was it all smooth?
Piece of cake. Came, I mean, crystal clear. If you look at the box on these, if you're a Funko collector, the box is excellent. Shipping came, I think, within like 3 days. Perfect. I recommend. If you're always looking at Box Lunch for items, do it. Terrific.
They have like exclusive Sailor Moon figurines.
Like,
once I get some like extra cash flowing in, I definitely want to get the set because I mean, not only like Sailor Moon, they have every stage of like her transformation. Like it's so insane what they have. But I'm just like a geek because if they had this stuff when I was a kid, I would totally be broke or make my parents broke.
No doubt about it. There's a Box Lunch store, I believe, in. It's either Delaware or Jersey. One of the malls is actually a Box Lunch. Yeah, we were supposed to go. Me and my buddy Christian that does a lot of the hunting together.
Can I go with you guys?
Yeah, I will let you know because my new schedule will have me off Saturday, Sunday, Monday, every other week, and then off like it's Tuesday through Saturday 1 week, and then Monday through Friday the other week, and of course it's off Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So within those 3 days.
That's not bad.
We'll line it up, and we'll have to go because now, especially now that you're on board. And I'm like dying to go to this store and dying to see what they have.
Store, that's crazy.
Forget about it.
I'm so upset. I missed the Funko Pop store when I was in California. I had no idea.
It's on the bucket list, dude. And I heard, and I don't know. I heard it's expensive, but I heard they will make one of you. They will make your own Funko Pop.
Come on,
can you imagine?
Come on.
Last but not least. We're gonna be hyping it up in a few minutes, talking about it. But with the announcement of the new Spider-Man movie and all the villains are going to be in it, the villains got to be really exclusive on Funkos also. So of course I grabbed me a Dr. Octopus. Look at that bad boy with the glasses and the horrible bowl haircut and the octopus arms.
That's so cute.
He is going to be one of the villains in the new Spider-Man movie, which we'll talk about shortly. That's it. A quick and easy man cave score. Drew, got anything to share with us this week?
I went to the dollar store again, and I got some Wonder Woman stickers. That's fun.
That is fun. You know me, I love Gail. Oh.
I do, but they have like cartoon version and all that. So yeah,
I like it.
We've been going sticker happy, and Joey has been putting stickers because I get stickers all the time, but I never know where to put them. Duck just gave Joey her old keyboard. I have a keyboard, but it's not working anymore. She gave her old keyboard, and she decorated with the stickers. And usually I'm like, oh no, stickers, don't put them anywhere. But she did it so cute and like symmetrical and information. And then she also has this. I should have showed that, but she has a like an old school arcade game. Yeah. And she placed the stickers like the one looked like actually like pixelated and that was the screen. Like she did it all perfectly. I was so impressed. I'm like, go ahead with your creativity.
The world's worst intern, but the most creative young lady.
I swear. They're here somewhere. It sounds like they're sleeping.
Now you said dollar store, and for years I've always picked these things up. I've always touched these things. I've always wanted them, but never got them. I finally got one. And it's a back scratcher. I got it at the dollar store. You know what happened? I was in line with my wife, and I'm like, oh. So I grab it. I start itching. And I'm like, okay. She's like, you're not buying that? I'm like, no. She's like, that's disgusting, and it's a goddamn dollar. Get the dollar out. I'm like, okay. And now I got it.
You have the best dollar store by you, and that's where I get all my stuff.
Yeah, I love that Dollar Tree in the Redner's shopping center there.
Yeah, I buy a lot of things there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, stop it.
I know, it felt good. Which reminds me, I was in that shopping center this morning.
Me too.
Where are you around? What time?
Let's get my nails done. What time? Like 10.
Like,
Why
yeah,
are you
me
calling
too. I never. I was at the pet store getting dog food,
with
and
the red nurse?
what do you call it? Tell me, maybe. Oh, and Stephanie Bertolotti was going to be pissed off at me because right there was Wendy's, and I forgot once again to try the breakfast baconator, and I didn't realize
Ah,
until I got home. I got home because I got McDonald's because the dog likes sausage, so I went and got an egg McMuffin. I got him the sausage, which he tears apart, and forgot to freaking get the breakfast.
you know what? That's the worst McDonald's, though. The worst McDonald's next to the best mall. Because they have Starbucks, they have Wendy's, they have
I tell
crab
you,
du jour. I've been wanting to try crab du jour forever. Is it any good? Have you
I
tried
tried it. I would say it was okay.
it? Okay.
They give like a platter, a little piece of corn, and some sides. And I want to say I got, I think, crab cake, which wasn't bad. I mean,
That's
doesn't knock your
fine.
socks off, but I recommend it. It's not bad.
Okay. You
For
know
sure.
who has excellent crab cake? I love crab cakes. I
So
try
do I.
crab cakes all over. Gyros
Really?
by your place. Yeah, Welsh.
Yes. Well, true. Sure.
They have great pizza too.
I like their pizza. I like the sweet sauce. It's
Yeah.
it's kind of like a Maggio sauce, and some people are like, it's too sweet. I like it that way.
I like it. I'll eat that whole pie.
Oh yeah, I used to be a gyros junkie. Gyros makes a fantastic chicken Alfredo as well.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
like me some gyros. Can go right now. Tell you what, I haven't been in gyros in so long. The last time I was there, I drank Miller Lite, and you know I haven't drank Miller Lite in ages. That's how long ago
Wow.
it's been since I've been in gyros.
Yeah. And the last time I drank a Captain Coke, but that hasn't changed in many years.
Outstanding.
But tonight, I am drinking a Captain, and this reminds me of the shore, but diet birch beer. I love birch beer.
Wow, diet birch beer and Captain.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Because
Intriguing.
you can make Dr. Pepper and Captain, and that'll taste pretty good. I was like, oh, birch beer. That's a nice change of pace.
I'm drinking half and half iced tea lemonade because I got to be coherent tomorrow.
You still promote your beer.
Yeah, true. I don't even want to promote anything beer wise tonight because I can't have any. I can, but I'm
It's
trying
sad.
to be a good boy. Let's clobber some topics. We got a lot of them, a lot of stuff still to go over, and
Okay.
it's already 9:30. Where does the time go?
Wow, I really can't say. I thought this said 9:50.
So we did tornadoes, hurricanes, Spider-Man No Way Home trailer news. The second trailer will be released any day now after the first one, which saw little glimpses of great villains like Doc Octopus, the Green Goblin, even whispers of possibly the Lizard, Electro. It's just an amazing movie that actually goes into the Spider-Verse. So there's actually 3 different phases of Spider-Man, which now leads to the trailer news that both Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are supposed to return as their Spider-Man characters and face their usual villains. Sounds amazing. Can't wait for the trailer. This movie is lined up to be huge, Joel. Spider-Man fan?
I love Spider-Man. That sounds pretty wild because there's so many versions of Spider-Man that I'm here for it.
I agree. I'm very much down for this. If I had to rank the 3, the other guys come back. Like Maguire is second, Garfield is third. The new kid, I love him. I think he's fantastic. But this is
I love Tom Holland. He's
this
so
supposedly is his last time around the Spider-Man. Like he's done after this one.
great. Really.
Yeah.
It's so crazy because I want it to hang on, but people grow up and you have to there's so many versions of him. Like if it works, it works, Like we all saw that Edward Norton Hulk. But
Ouch.
I do love Spidey. He's always entertaining. He's always, the quirky kid that just gained these powers. So if you come into my place, you'll see a Spider-Man hanging. I have one hanging by a web, as is my entryway. So yeah, I mean, I just enjoy the movies and everything about it. But the Tobey Maguire one was always great. I never liked the Andrew Garfield one.
No, not at all. But you kind of nailed it with Tom Holland. Like people do get older, and I think at the end, Tobey Maguire just seemed too much like an adult. Like
Yeah.
Spider-Man is supposed to be younger. Like especially that scene where he was like like evil Peter Parker, and he's like walking down the street, like
They just
That's
didn't
what
write
they
him
fixing on my
older. Like Batman, they wrote him older, so it made
Yeah.
sense that the Ben Affleck was all beat up and he was immortal. Like it's not like he was a god like Wonder
Right.
Woman or an alien like Superman. Like he was a guy, and he was good at fighting. So that made sense for him, but it doesn't make sense for Spider-Man. You know,
I agree.
The story.
When you said he's a god, it reminds me of Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Are you a god? That still creeps me out. Speaking of movies, got another kind of from the universe, although not connected to Spider-Man in any way for these movies. It's Venom 2.
Ooh.
Venom Let There Be Carnage is on its way out as well. They moved up the date 2 weeks. Look at that poster. Woody Harrelson, Tom Hardy are back as Venom and Carnage. They actually moved it up to October 1st, but they said they had such great response from Shang-Chi that they're trying to feed off of that and push this movie right back out. Now
Is that Zendaya again? She's all over the place. Is that her?
Is that who?
Zendaya again? Because she's in Spider-Man.
I believe so, yes. Woody Harrelson looks kind of ageless. Like, it doesn't look like he gets any older. Looks
Right?
pretty creepy. Tom Hardy's badass, so I love him.
Yeah, love Tom Hardy. Oh yeah, well right. Zendaya's in Spider-Man, so she will be in Venom. I guess, right?
They said they're not linking characters yet, but it might happen down the road. I don't know how they're going to cross it. I love them all. I love Venom, Carnage. I just think it's like super, super cool looking guys. But they moved the movie up 2 weeks. Like I said, with the huge success from Shang-Chi, they want to kind of feed off of that and keep the hero and villain movies running, which is a great idea. Shang-Chi's #1 in America. Yeah.
Shazam's coming too, or Shazam 2 is coming too.
I did not know that. I was not up on. I know it's more DC, more your avenue.
And it's based in Philly, so it's so cool. And I love Zachary Levi.
I like that little feed in there. I love Zachary Levi.
But I have to say, I've been like painting a lot recently and try to get it back in. So I told my sister, because my sister's like a fantastic artist. Like she's such a much better painter than I am. Like she took oil painting and everything in college. So she's been sending me her sketches. I'm going to embarrass her right now. But look what she did today. I'm like, yeah, badass. Look at that Venom.
Wow, that is bad. I love that.
Tattooed. Right?
Yeah, right? That is freaking awesome.
I know. Because I try to do like Wolverine. I never draw like boys or guys, so they're tough. Like girls are pretty. They have eyelashes and hair. You could draw and cover their face with. But guys are hard because you really got to get the details of their face. But I thought you did a very good job.
Or you could just make a fat doughboy face. I still love it.
Those features.
I think it's phenomenal. I mean, I adore this, and I leave it right out in the open for everybody to see. I think it's amazing.
That's so cool.
The amazing arts of Miss Jewel Tatey.
Now I'm starting to draw tattoos. I'm like, go you.
I know, right? This I'm excited for, Jewel, and I am going to sit down and watch this. I'm extremely excited for the brand new documentary of Janet Jackson. So it's going to be a 2-parter, and she said she's coming out and telling you the truth, not the crap that the media and the press want you to know, but the stuff that is the truth. And it's called Janet Jackson, This is the Truth, Take It or Leave It. And she's going to touch base on her brother Michael and his death. She's going to touch on the Super Bowl incident with Justin Timberlake, her rise to fame, the passing of her father, all that. And it's going to be on A&E, so keep an eye out on that. Janet Jackson, The Real Truth. Jewel, you think we're going to get some big blowout truths here? Or you think it's just going to be kind of a story of, hey, this is how I got to be?
It's so hard to tell when they're like huge stars because you don't know what to believe, actually. You know, like I watched that Paris Hilton documentary, and even throughout that, she does like her fake stuff, like her fake put on voice, and
that's hot.
Yeah, and her normal voice is like normal, and it's deep. It's like such a stark difference from what she portrays. So, Janet,
my name ain't baby. It's Hilton.
Hilton of nasty.
Oh, Paris, Miss Hilton of nasty. I blew that.
All right.
Yeah,
now that's screwed up. But Janet has always, been soft-spoken, and she's such a huge name. And then, I don't know. Do we trust her? Like, do we trust Michael? Like, it's so... And then Justin got all the heat for the Super Bowl thing. So
Yeah.
who the hell knows? But
Which I think was playing both ways. If you look at her, though, and I'm not trying to be mean, I've always loved Janet Jackson, but she's starting to look a little bit like LaToya.
yeah, I mean, she's what, like 6 years old now?
57 or 58, I think.
Yeah, not there. Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I was always a Janet Jackson fan growing up, so I'm watching it.
yeah, same here.
I love documentaries. I love reality TV. Like, I am there. But
Absolutely. Her first album goes back to 1986.
wow,
Yeah,
I wasn't even a thought.
It's like 35 years, right? I know. You were like, maybe down the road we'll have some kids. Or another
5.
kid. The NFL is back, Jewel Titty. Thursday night, the NFL returns, and it's the Super Bowl champion, again, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, led by that guy, freaking Tom Brady, who seems to never lose. Boo! Boo! Evan Horn, for still watching that, your boy in Tampa. Boo!
That's his boy. Oh no.
So it's kind of like a battle of two evils. It's the Dallas Cowboys against the Tampa Bay Bucks. So it's Tom Brady against my least favorite player against my least favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys. Thursday night football is here upon us. The Thursday night plan sticks, even though people aren't big on it and the ratings and worry about players getting hurt. The season is an extra week long as well. Joey, you ready for some football?
I am ready. I will try to watch what I can, but man. So are they doing Thursday and Monday and Sunday?
Yeah, they'll stick to the usual plan. Thursday night games, one Thursday night game every week. Of course, a Sunday slate and Monday night, of course, what they do for Monday night on opening weekend is they have two games, an East Coast and a West Coast. There's a game that'll start at 7 and a game that'll start at 10 on opening Monday, and then the rest, of course, goes back to 8:30 Monday nights. So there's a lot of football. Like I always tell my wife, give me my Sundays. That's my day. And she's like, all right, well, what are we doing on Thursday and Monday? Like, they're all your days. And then you got the show. And I'm like, well, yeah, I guess just get a fall off, and I'll be your husband again come late winter.
Sheesh.
I'll be your husband again in February.
That's a long winter. Yeah, so who do you have for Thursday?
Who's going to win that game?
Yeah.
I go with Tampa. I think, I hate to say, I honestly think Dallas has a good team, but Tampa has a tremendous defense and Brady. And until Brady shows me he's aged, I think he can win the big games. And Thursday's a primetime game. So I kind of lean with Tampa on that one. They're 7-point favorites, which sounds like a lot. But.
Man, I just don't care about that.
I get you.
Ducks in the building, everyone. Hey.
Duck the intern, ladies and gentlemen.
Come join me.
Come on in, Duck. It's been a while.
She's not camera ready.
She hates us. Oh, okay, we'll get camera.
She'll chime in from afar.
The Philadelphia Eagles also kick off their season. The Jalen Hurts era has begun. The Carson Wentz era has come to an end. So Jalen Hurts will be the starting quarterback Sunday when Eagles take on the Atlanta Falcons. Joy, do not have a lot of promise for the Eagles this year. Thinking maybe 6 or 7 wins in those 17 games. Don't really like what I see of the team. It's a growing process. It's turning itself back around. What do you think?
I don't know what I think. I know.
I'm telling you, it's not going to be
in the same boat. We probably would be in the same boat if Carson was with us because he would be hurt by now.
Yes. And, of course, he went to Indianapolis and got hurt. Somehow he's already back. He got his foot fixed, and now he's ready for week 1.
You know that man has gotten hurt every year since college? That blew my mind when I found that out last year. Every year that dude has gotten hurt.
The man is a piece of glass. He's a piece of glass.
Mr. Glass.
Watch him win the Super Bowl now with Indianapolis.
Nope.
This next one's great, Jewel. Mark Hamill, going totally Mark Hamill on Twitter. Of course, the Star Wars star who played Luke Skywalker for all those years. A young lady posts, let me get that banner out of the way so we can read this. So a young lady on Twitter posts and tags Mark Hamill, says you could just tweet Mark Hamill and you get thousands of likes. So he retweets it and responds by posting Mark Hamill, like she asked. to so far 500,000 and growing likes and retweets. The power of Mark Hamill. Of course, he showed up in CGI form in The Mandalorian as like old school Luke Skywalker.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Did you see it? I did not see it.
Duck
I
did.
saw.
I love Star Wars.
Duck has been a Star Wars fanatic this past year. She knows everything. She knows any trivia. She could probably beat your ass in trivia right now.
Maybe. I've gotten dry on my Star Wars. A lot of younger generation people do not like Star Wars. I love it still.
I mean, her and her crew kind of like it now. I think it's making a comeback. Sorry for the siren. Tornadoes in the area.
You know what it is when it's siren time. It's time to sing on the Yo Show. No, it's not. Absolutely not. But speaking of Star Wars and The Mandalorian and Mark Hamill, of course, all that and that terrific story, saw the trailer for the new Kenobi film, and guess who's in the trailer? The one and only Darth Maul makes his return.
See, I knew who that was. I'm proud of myself that I knew who that.
He was lined up, Roy, to be like one of the best characters in Star Wars. I thought he was awesome. And he was in half a movie. And then they cut him in half, and then he was gone.
I thought Jar Jar was the best character.
That is easily sarcasm. Might be the worst. And not only that, he got a lot of heat from like different races.
Yeah.
That his character's extremely racist.
That was a bad joke. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. His character was
Don't at me.
Don't at me.
Okay, who's your favorite Star Wars character? She likes Ewoks.
I love young Anakin, but then he turns into Vader. But like, I just think that he's like really cute.
She likes Hayden Christensen.
Now, Hayden Christensen is supposed to return in the Kenobi movie as Darth Vader. I don't know how much of him you see.
Her
Oh
face
my god,
just
I
dropped.
love him.
I guess so.
And Harrison Ford, I love Han Solo.
Oh yeah,
I love
Harrison
Han Solo.
Still to this day, he's like 80 or something. But when, spoiler alert, when they kill him and like heartbroken, man. I actually screamed out in the theater because I didn't even know it was coming. And
I didn't know all that. I knew he died. I knew who did it.
Sorry.
Shit.
Sorry.
God.
The guy behind me taps me. I'm like, dude, Han Solo's dead.
I like fall asleep every time I watch Star Wars. Don't hate me.
Oh my God.
I know.
It's
I
so
want.
good.
I want to get into it. Like her mom, my sister. They avidly celebrate May the 4th. Like they're such fans, but. I don't know. I gotta get into it. I'm trying to get Joey into Harry Potter at the moment, and I'm having a tough time.
So here we have Han Solo,
Yeah.
and then we'll press the button and bring him to the ice chamber, and he'll come out as Carbonite Han Solo.
Oh my God. No, he has both of them.
Yes.
Yes, he does. Han and Carbonite.
We're on
Han.
delay on my TV, so she's watching and
Oh my
Gotta
God.
have Carbonite Han. Absolutely.
yeah. Did you see that
I
massive
love
wall?
them.
Star Wars. That's why I can't get him any pop doll because he probably already has it.
I have, I think like 200. What the heck happened to my mouse? Oh, there, it like clicked off for a second. I have like 200. There's a lot I don't have.
Puny, insignificant amount.
That was
We're
actually,
having we're having the Guinness World Records holder of pop dolls on our show in a couple weeks.
Who is it?
his name is Paul Scardino, and he's going to be on our program October 13th. He is
It's Jeff to
Guinness-
shame.
Oh my God! I mean, this looks like somebody's like backyard of like messy gardening tools. When the guy's like, "Yeah, I got like a lawnmower," and it's like this big. That's his collection's insane.
Yeah,
A lot of them are out of the box. Let me see if I can find. There's his
Really?
picture. Look at all those. Oh, out of the box too.
him.
Look at all that, man.
Look at you go, Glen Coco.
I can't wait to get him. I want to see his whole collection. The bad news is it's on a Wednesday night, Joel.
Oh yeah, I want to see all of his Wonder Woman if he has any, and anime ones. I think that'd be fun.
I agree. I had to correct my wife. She's like, maybe I should be a Wonder Woman for Halloween. I'm like, that's taken.
Why? No, I think she totally should.
You have like every Wonder Woman costume imaginable.
We need like breast cancer Wonder Woman with the pink outfit, and
I like that. I've got that too. I know.
she can do whatever she wants. It's her benefit.
I've got breast cancer Harley Quinn and breast cancer Batman, but not Wonder Woman. How did that happen?
You gave it to me.
Oh, yeah, I did.
I'm sorry. You can have it back.
And then you gave it to your daughter, and she's going to
Oh,
cry.
I took it out of the box.
Chef gave it to me, and she's like, and she ran off the screen. Perfectly okay.
Ruined.
You know what we should do while we do these Wednesday night things where we do like guest co-host? One of these Wednesdays, Duck should sit in as guest
I
co-host.
knew it. That's why I looked at her. I'm like, he's going to ask you.
Yeah.
I knew what you're going to say before you even say it.
I'm going to tell you right now, Duck, there is no pressure because nobody doesn't like Jewel. And I tell everybody that, like, hey, just come in and do some things because nobody's going to be Jewel.
Oh, yeah, sure. Sure thing. They're going to be like way better.
Exactly.
I'm going to lose my job.
Never going to lose your job. You're here for life. Tomorrow night is Tiffany Mosher. So Tiffany joins us tomorrow night. We love Tiffany. And she actually thanked me for us having the faith and confidence in her to come on tomorrow night. Laura Cheadle will be our special guest. And
So sad I'm missing Laurel. And I'm sad I'm missing Tiffany. Not once, but twice, because I was planning on going to the Virginia Beach air show with my family, and it was canceled. That sucks.
We definitely cross communicated because I thought we were coming back to Wednesday, and I lined up all these great guests for Wednesday, and I want to have Jewel, and there's some good ones. So,
boy,
I know. So we're gonna run them down. We're gonna we're done with topics. So let's give us a quick rundown of who we got coming on the show because we got a ton of people. And of course, like I said, tomorrow night it's singer Laura Cheadle as we do the Yo 2.0 thing. The thing I don't do top 5 Jewel. I don't do like Man Cave. I don't do any of the Jewel staples that makes the Yo show what it is. It's kind of a spin-off.
My spot.
They're yours, baby. This is your spot.
Oh, Laurel.
You're
sorry.
ready?
I will be watching. Well, I'll watch from soccer practice. How about that?
I like that. The way, I mean, if people can watch us from a bar in Tampa, you can watch us from soccer.
That's true. That's very true.
September the
I'm one of those screaming parents, though. So
Brian Lithgow. The wall has grown, dude. The wall of Jeff has definitely grown. It's not even a wall anymore. It's all over the room. Like they're everywhere. I am out of control with it. Let me see. We got so much more. So September 15th, we have cellist Sarah Chaffee. Sarah, of course, has toured with Aerosmith, and she is now part of the Las Vegas Raiders in-house music team. Super cool. Can't wait for that. That's on the 15th. The 22nd, we're going to be doing Yo 2.0 on the 22nd. We're going to be joined by Jeff Dwoskin of Jeff Dwoskin Has a Podcast. And he's the host. He's the host of Live from Detroit with Jeff Dwoskin. He'll be on the 22nd. And our guest will be country music star Chris Timbers.
Can I go to Detroit? I just saw, I saw the Lana mural, right? In LA.
Yes.
So they have an Eminem mural in Detroit that was just vandalized.
Really?
All these bird images. But I didn't know they had such
bird
a big...
as in bird or bird as in...
It looks like a penguin.
Okay. I don't know if you meant
But I didn't know they had like an Eminem. And you can go to St. Andrews and like be on the stage where he battle rapped and started his career. I have to make a visit to Detroit. Somebody help me.
Okay, get Dwoskin to take pictures. That'd be absolutely amazing. The 29th, we have musician Saul Paul on the show. I like the way his name's in the hat, Saul Paul. Very cool. He'll be here on the 29th. Jewel lined up all these people and she's not going to be here. Kill me.
I'm so sorry.
You kill me. A couple of just announced. October 5th, the sister duo Country Music Jewel will be here to meet the girls from Wildfire.
Woo!
Two cute young ladies, great country act, awesome PR people too, very tentative. I met them on Facebook and I said, hey, we'd love to have you on the show. And I said, hit our PR people, they're so responsive, get back to you right away. And bingo, they did. So Wildfire, October 5th. October 6th, we have, Now, this is one of those classic ones where I couldn't find the proper picture, so we didn't get it. But October 6th, David Rosenberg will be our very special guest, filmmaker and actor. And on October 6th, for you fans out there, another year that Jewel Tatey will miss Mark Zamaro in his hockey preview because Mark is going to be the special co-host on Yo 2.0 October 6th. So Mark's going to sit in, take the seat. We're going to do some hockey, and we're going to do David Rosenberg October 6th. Another year that Jewel has missed Mark's appearance.
3 years in a row. I'm so sorry.
Starting with Sensum on October 13th, as we mentioned before, the Guinness Book of World Record largest Funko Pop collection. Mr. Paul Scardino will be joining us. We're going to talk all about Funko Pops. This might be the first ever 2-hour interview because I just want to see every single pop, how he got them, where he got them from, what got him into it. He's going to look at mine, laugh. I'm going to look at his and be just absolutely awestruck. October 13th. Did I geek out enough about that? Now, here's Jewel, 2 Wednesdays you got to get yourself free. I need you on these 2 Wednesdays. And that's starting with October 20th because we are joined. Don't make me separate you two. October 20th from Edge of Paradise. It is the amazing Margarita Monet. And God damn, am I stoked for this. She's absolutely cool. Edge of Paradise is a super cool band, and I can't wait to have them on the program. And last but not least, at least for the moment, a lot more in contract talks. October 27th, the Halloween show. Jewel, cancel your life because we have horror movie actress Lydia Manson coming in on the program October 27th. She is pretty cool. She has like a lineup of like 4 or 5 horror movies coming out like right around that time. And it's our Halloween episode, so we got to dress up. You got to find yourself great.
I'm going to be scary this year. Like dripping Lindsay Lohan, Mean Girls, that kind of scary. Or Elvira, because I didn't do that last year. No,
I really found her in the weirdest way. Like I add actresses, actors, bands, etc. And I added her, and one day one guy says, "Nice picture, huge boobs," and I'm like, "What?" So
because there's what?
So some guy commented, "Nice picture, huge boobs."
Yeah.
No, well. But to her, and I commented and I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck? And she messaged me and said, what the hell was that? I'm like, hey, well, I have your attention. Any interest in coming on the show? She goes, as long as you don't call me huge boobs and talk about my boobs, sure, I'll come on the show. So I can't talk about boobs.
Well, hey, I mean, you don't have to worry about that much.
But for the first time, we actually got like a horror movie like star on our program.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For Halloween.
It's Halloween, and then find out it's Booby Bash.
Booby Bash, for those who may have forgotten, October 30th, right there. Carve out some time for Cassie's Booby Bash costume party, October 30th. 7-Eleven, Maggio's Ballroom. Tickets are now on sale. Donations accepted. There will be raffle prizes, all you could eat and drink for those 4 hours. Very exciting. I forgot. I had this great. I got to tell you because the joke is so horrible, but it was in one of the questions I had for Ray, and I didn't ask it correctly. Let me find it because you're going to be like, "Oh, thank God you didn't say that." Oh, okay. So it was going to be. You're also very successful in construction with your business, Riverhead. How did becoming a successful business owner pave your way into the music business?
You're hoping I would pick that one up, weren't you?
Thank God. I'm looking back now, I'm like, that was some corny shit. Construction.
Oh.
Hey.
You are the king at transitions. Thank
you. I greatly appreciate that. I'm about to
I can't think of them on the spot because I'm like, I don't flow.
Pave.
I would have never thought of that. So I'm sorry I didn't use it tonight.
We got a few likes and loves. We got a heart love from Sharon Tatey.
Oh,
Thank you. No mad face this time. We really appreciate the heart and the love.
my parents loved the old school rock and talking about the Max's Kitchen. I don't know if you ever saw the show Vinyl on HBO, but there's a scene in there. That's where Bruce used to play. So, the Taties are up on their rock history. So they
Absolutely.
loved tonight's episode with Ray.
That's awesome. Yeah, you said your dad's very much into rock, and maybe we'll have him as a guest co-host.
I mean, we'll see.
And a couple of likes. My sister-in-law, Beth Perini, thank you. And Ra Sinova, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. A great night tonight, Jewel, and we're actually leaving right on time pretty much. Any last words, leave? Anything from Duck before we go off the air?
I think she went to go get some snacks.
Outstanding. The world's
But
greatest intern.
we had an excellent time tonight, and I thank you very much. And best of luck tomorrow. Break a leg.
Thank you. Again, tomorrow night is Laura Cheadle, local artist, and we'll be joined by Tiffany Mosher as our guest co-host. Jewel Tatey, and I talked to Tiffany today, and she said, how's Jewel with the 2 nights a week? I said, well, she has her Wednesdays busy, so that's why we do guest co-host. And, of course, I want you on because we love you. And she's like, I hope Jewel doesn't think I'm taking her spot. And I said, nobody takes Jewel's spot.
Oh.
Ever. Ever. Well, any day now she's going to leave. The message blow up like, hey, how do I get Jewel on my show? Hey, pay her a few bucks and she'll leave me in a heartbeat. You can find a way to give Jewel like 100 hours a week. She will be on your show. And walk away from the year.
That's not. All right.
Yeah, absolutely not. But no, we love what we do here. And again, a couple 100,000 likes and listens and views, not to mention the hundreds of thousands of people that have been reached by our social media. So we thank you for that. They said 4 years, and we're coming up on 200. Jewel, 168 episodes in, 200's on the way. And like I said, Yo 2.0 does not count through 200. We don't cheat.
We have to have a party for 200. Just saying.
Oh, I agree. I've got a couple of venues that are already willing to host this party.
Do you know what month it's in?
I'm going to look it up. I actually started counting. For some reason, I want to say like March or April.
Perfect.
I know. It's not, I'll look into that. Maybe we'll do a Jeff birthday bash / 200. I don't know if we get enough strippers in the location for that. I mean, artists. Did I say strippers? Artists. Thank you, Duck, for that little chuckle. I appreciate it.
Duck, final words.
Final words.
Yeah, dude.
Goodbye.
Peace.
Goodbye.
And love. Peace and love.
Used to that, but for sure.
She is the world's best / worst intern. Great with her research, great with her knowledge, absolutely horrible at playing along. Thank you, Duck, ladies and gentlemen.
She said, fuck off.
I know. And she's allowed to say fuck off in this show. That's the beauty of this program. All right, we're going to take you out because I actually got to go be an adult tomorrow. This blows. I have no desire to do this whatsoever. But,
oh, man.
Yeah, it sucks.
9 to 5.
9 to 5, my ass. It's like 7 to 5.
Wah.
Why are the viewers getting heavier as we're going off the air? What's wrong with you people? We've been here all night. That's right. Tune in.
Go back and watch replay. Like and subscribe. Our little...
Like and goddamn subscribe on YouTube. And if you watch the replay, you will hear a mysterious voice known as Duck the Intern, who suddenly rose from vacation hell and came back to join us. I love my team. I love you crazy bastards. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. It is 10 o'clock, which means Jewel turns into a pumpkin because she runs like hell. We're going to take you out with the music of St. Ricketts with Fire Cannot Burn at www.sricketts.com. Tomorrow night, Tiffany Mosher and Laura Cheadle. Jewel and I will be back next Tuesday at 8 o'clock. We'll see you then. Have a great night.
That's my line. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Fuckers.
Was it truly blessed? wanted to embrace what it takes for it, pouring salt into the world, willing to erase what I'd lose for it, to accept what I assume. So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot, searching for something, destined for nothing, losing composure over and over. Truly blessed if the taste of it poison deeper than you know. Kindly answer this. Was the point of it just to reach new heights of love? So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot, it's what fire cannot burn.